We have a major report. Mitchell Robinson's trainer is extremely unhappy with Tom Thibodeau and the way he's using Mitchell Robinson in the offense. We're going to break down that report and see exactly what he said. We're also going to take a look at what JJ Redick said recently about Quentin Grimes. As you know, Grimes and JJ Redick worked out together this offseason. And according to Redick, he thinks that Grimes looks like one of the best players on the floor for the Knicks. We're going to break down all of this and so much more today. So be sure you have notifications turned on and be subscribed to the channel as well too. And now, let's get started. Mitchell Robinson's trainer is not happy with the Knicks offense as of late. Now, he's not the only one, folks, who is not unhappy. If you look at all of the New York Knicks fans out there, myself included, I've spoken at length at the offensive futility of this Knicks team. So believe me when I say I am also unhappy with what I'm seeing. But Marcell Scott, Mitchell Robinson's trainer, is a little bit more unhappy with Tom Thibodeau's use of Mitchell Robinson and the way he's being utilized during the offense in these last few games. Let's take a look at exactly what Mitchell Robinson's trainer had to say. So on Instagram, Mitchell Robinson's trainer said the following: "Damn, 23 is not even much of a lob threat anymore. Whatever happened to rewarding your bigs, sometimes for busting their ass? It's a lot of me ball in New York. Good night." No lies detected from my standpoint. If you take a look at the Knicks and the amount of assists they had against the Bucks this past Friday, I believe it was 18 assists. Last Friday when they took on the Hawks, they had about 30. That's mainly been the difference these last few games. Certain people are touching the ball, but a lot of other people are not getting as many shots or are not getting as many touches, especially Mitchell Robinson. Here's the thing about Mitch. Even though Mitch is limited in his offensive game, the Knicks have to do a better job of getting him incorporated and involved in the offense, because it's only going to help the Knicks in what they're trying to do on that end if they get Mitch more involved. Right now, defenses are collapsing on Brunson or on Randall, to an extent on Grimes or whoever else is hot. Other than that, everybody else is either open, has one man barely playing him because he has his hand on him like this and is looking away at the other guy with the ball because he really knows he doesn't have to take his defender or his man as somebody as a threat because he knows where the offense is coming from. And when you can predict where the offense is coming from, it makes you a more predictable team. And like Randall stated, it makes it harder to get offense going and get shots. That's why you have to work for everything that you get. Nothing can come easy. And part of that is because they know who to lock into. But if you move the ball, get everybody involved, get everybody helping you out. So Grimes make a bucket here, quickly makes a bucket here. Brunson, Randall make a bucket here. Mitchell Robinson gets a couple of lobs here and there. Defenses won't know what to do. You'll be more unpredictable, and it will be easier for you to score. Right now, it's harder for the Knicks to score because we know where the scoring is coming from. Brunson or Randall, to an extent RJ Barrett. But that's really it. And when you know, you can defend against it. 5-on-5 is always going to be better than 3-on-5, no matter on what side of the ball, defense or offense. The Knicks barely run plays for any of their players. It looks like a lot of dribble handoff and then let me do my work, and if you're open, maybe I'll pass it to you. It doesn't feel as willing in terms of the pass, number one, and it doesn't feel like everybody's playing together. Everybody looks a little bit off, in my opinion. One of the main people, though, is Mitchell Robinson because he can't get any type of offense going. And the reason that Instagram post even went out by his trainer is because I think he was 0 for 4 against the Bucks on Friday. He had no points, but he had a team high, I believe, 15 rebounds. He helped the Knicks clear and clean the glass against the Milwaukee Bucks, but he had no offensive impact on the game at all. And that hurts the Knicks. And it's the Knicks' fault to some extent as well, too. Because even though Mitchell Robinson should maybe look for his shot down low a little bit more, I still think it's the coaching and the coaching staff's job to make sure Mitchell Robinson feels confident enough to make those plays and to look for his offense more and to run plays that are lobs for Mitchell Robinson. that could get the defenses collapsing on him, allowing more lanes to be opened up for your drivers and RJ, for Julius, and for Brunson. Everybody wins if Mitchell Robinson is utilized better. But when you utilize Mitch as only a defender and nobody on offense, this is what's going to happen. You're going to be guarded in this way. You're going to be collapsed on if you're Jalen Brunson, or collapsed on if you're Julius Randle, and everything you try to get up is going to be hard. And essentially, that's what they said. One major thing they said as well, too, is spacing. They don't have enough spacing inside to do what they want to do. You know how you increase spacing? Even if it's by this much, even if it's a little bit, get other people involved. I don't know, like Mitchell Robinson, who is probably in the best shape of his entire career to start the season. Why not take advantage of that? Why not take advantage of his strength and make him more of a lob threat so that way everything else comes easier for you? Things are coming so hard for the Knicks right now because it's only the Brunson and Randle show, sometimes RJ. If everybody was involved, everybody was engaged, everybody was touching the ball, everybody was scoring just a little bit, and we were getting the best players the best looks, or getting the players with the most open shot the best looks, we would probably be a better team right now. Our record would be higher probably. If we got Mitch more involved in the offense, maybe the games are closer, but we never did that. So I do not blame one bit Marcell Scott, Mitchell Robinson's trainer, for making this known on Instagram, because I would be upset too. Mitchell Robinson absolutely needs to be more involved on the offensive side. I don't need him to dribble. I don't need him to take jump shots. I don't need him to take three-pointers. But I need Mitchell Robinson to have an offensive presence on this Knicks team, and I need this Knicks team to help him find it. JJ Redick is very high on Quentin Grimes. This is not a surprise. They did work out together this offseason multiple times. Quentin Grimes has mentioned how it's helped him. And obviously JJ Redick has openly spoken about this even on his own podcast and said that he believes Quentin Grimes can help the Knicks win even more games this year. That's how impactful of a player he believes him to be. And after calling the game on ESPN on Friday night against the Bucks, he saw Quentin Grimes shine a little bit more, and he had the following to say about him. According to JJ, on Quentin Grimes, he said the following: "I really like him. He got a great spirit and a really outstanding work ethic." Redick said this in a conference call leading up to the game per SNY's Ian Begley. I think about a lot of young players that I've been around, especially towards the second half of my career. And I tell people this all the time. You go into training camp, you go into preseason, you meet a rookie, you meet a second-year guy that's coming in, looking for his place in the league. It's very easy to figure out after 2 or 3 days what this person's future looks like. Quentin Grimes has a very bright future in the NBA. That is praise from somebody who used to shoot the ball like nobody's business. I take it for what it is. I appreciate it. And as a Knicks fan, it really means a lot to hear somebody like JJ Redick give so much high praise to our young guy in Quentin Grimes. And I think it also makes sense why the Knicks value Quentin Grimes so much, why he's starting, and why a lot of people want to see him take another step this year to make an even bigger impact on this Knicks team other than on the defensive end. Because we know what type of defender Quentin Grimes is going to be for this Knicks team. But on the offensive side, he just hasn't been consistent. But if he can find a consistent shot, especially on three for this Knicks team, he will put himself in very rare territory for this Knicks team. And not only that, he'll solidify himself as a player that the Knicks need to retain and hold on to. If they don't already believe that, he'll make it even more known at that point in time. I think we're going to expect a lot of big games from Quentin Grimes this year. I think his shooting is going to get better over time. I think his three-point shooting is going to get very, very good. And I'm going to say this now, and I don't know if it's going to be a hot take or not, but I'm willing to say it. I think on corner threes for the season, on average, when it's all said and done, Quentin Grimes will be around 43 to 45% from the corner three for the New York Knicks on average this season. That's what I believe. Let's see if it happens, because I think With Quentin Grimes, the work he put in, all the people he worked with, especially JJ Redick, I believe the ability, the skill set, and the talent is there today for him to showcase that and to make it happen. Whether he will do it or not depends on how aggressive he remains with this starting unit, because the only thing that's going to stop Grimes from being as effective that we all know he can be is really himself. If he can be more aggressive, look for his shot more, feel that confidence level like RJ Barrett has more, I think Quentin Grimes and his game is going to skyrocket for the Knicks this year. But what about you guys? Are you impressed with Quentin Grimes thus far this year? And what about with JJ Redick and what his comments were about Grimes? Do you agree? Let me know in the comments below, guys, because honestly, I would love to hear from you. And don't forget the Marcell Scott thing with Mitchell Robinson. Let me know about that, and what do you think about his comments about Mitchell Robinson not being used as effectively in the offense under Tom Thibodeau? Let me know your comments, because I always like to hear from you guys. But that's going to do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, go ahead and smash that like button. Leave a comment below. But of course, guys, please subscribe to the channel. Until next time, Knicks fans. Peace.